Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. In today's video we're gonna see how I achieved this look and how easy and super simple all the steps were. So first is first, I'm starting everything as you know with prepping my skin, Embryolisse mixed with MAC Stroke Cream in Gold Light. That's the step I do before almost every single makeup look, and then I'm moving on to foundation. Now, another favorite of mine is the Nars Sheer Glow Foundation. I love their All Day Luminous Weightless Foundation, but that is more towards oily skin. I've got dry skin, hence why I'm using this one in shade Barcelona. I start by applying everything in the center of my face and blending it outwards with my fingers at first, after I've been mixing it on the back of my hand, and then I'm using a duo fiber brush from Lotte London. This brush is really great for applying foundation, especially if you want a really light sheer coverage from your foundation with that airbrushed studio finish to your skin. So after this step, I'm obviously moving on to concealer, which is something I do after I apply my foundation. And today I'm using the Nars Creamy Radiant Concealer and I've got shade Custard. Now with this one, a little bit goes a long way because it's so highly pigmented, it covers literally everything. It blurs any imperfections, even what your foundation will not cover. So I'm just dotting a little bit in the inner corner of my eye so I have space to blend it out, and plus I'm using this as a base for my eyeshadow. Now this is so good because it lasts honestly a minimum of 16 hours and you do not need to retouch it. It holds really well and it's not drying, especially for the under eye area, which is quite sensitive as we know. An absolute must-have product is the MAC Studio Sculpt Defining Powder. Now this powder is, how can I explain it? It has that elusive, real skin-like finish that isn't easy to find in a face powder, and I have chosen a darker shade because I'm using it obviously as a bronzing powder. This has like a gel powder consistency. It's really interesting, but it sits so nice on the face and blends lovely with your foundation. It doesn't look fake and neither caked on or powdery, so I would really and strongly encourage you to go and get one for yourselves. After this step, I'm moving on to eyebrows, as I usually do, with my palette from Makeup Atelier Paris number TE30. Like I said, this is a great one to have because you can use it both dry and wet, and it's got 5 shades that you can combine to create that 3D effect for your eyebrows. I'm setting everything in place with the clear brow gel from Makeupgeek Cosmetics, and then I'm moving on to the next step. For today's eye makeup look, I have chosen to use a few shades from Natasha Denona's Metropolis palette. And with a flat brush, I'm applying this color, this green color, all over my lid and blending it outwards in like a V motion and going a little bit above the contour or the crease line. Remember, hold the brush in the direction you want your eye makeup to go. After this step, with a duo fiber brush, as you see just now, I'm going over the edges to make sure I have a really seamless finish before I move on to the next color. Next shade is from Inglotg number 314, and I'm gonna use this as my transition shade all over my crease line, blending outwards towards the brow bone. And for my outer V, and basically to define even further the contour and the crease line, I have taken a smaller blending brush which is more compact and a shade from Makeupgeek which is called Latte. This is a very soft brown that complements any eye makeup look really well. So I'm adding the color in my outer V, both on my upper lash line and on my lower lash line. Now After every single color application, I'm going in with a blending brush because this will help create a smoother and softer transition between the shades. Also, the way you hold the brush is really important. Make sure you do not hold the brush far too close to the ferrule. Obviously hold the brush more in the middle like I'm showing you just now, because the less pressure you apply on the brush, the less harsh your color and your eye makeup will look. This is a very important thing, like the same way brushes are very important, the way you hold the brush also has a lot to do with how your eye makeup will turn out. And that's basically it for the powdery shades. I'm gonna use in my waterline a dark green pencil from NYX Cosmetics, actually in my waterline and in my tight line, as you see just now. This is not an easy step. Basically you can do it, it's quite ticklish, but you get used. After doing it once or twice, you won't even feel it. And with another shade from Natasha Denona, which is a really nice brownish green metallic shade, I'm applying it with my ring finger only in the middle of my upper lid, and going over everything with the blending brush to make sure the matte colors, they still look really good. Make sure you don't touch the metallic eyeshadow with the brush, otherwise it's gonna go everywhere, and we just want to keep it in the center so it's got that really nice soft focus that opens up the eye. Eyelash curler and mascara, and that's it. Eye makeup is done. We're gonna move on to the other eye, obviously, and lip liner for now. Wycon Cosmetics in the shade Chocolate. Their lip liners are very good. They're not expensive at all. They are approximately €3 each, but they are very creamy and very pigmented. And as you can see, we have reached almost the end. This is my second eye, finishing everything with mascara, and again I'm doing basically my lip liner because my camera stopped filming for some reason, and it didn't catch the lip color I used, so I'm doing again the lip liner. And as you know, I don't have a lot of pigment in my lips, hence why I love creating that ombre effect, and this is how I do it. The outer corners of my lips, I'll make sure I darken them with the lip liner, and then mostly in the center of my lips I'll apply the color as I've just done and blend everything with my little finger. I like doing this step because when I blend everything with my finger, it just makes everything more seamless on the lips. You can obviously use a brush, which will do the job just as well. I just prefer the finger. And that's basically it. Last step, a little bit of powder just in the center of my face, because I strongly believe when it comes to powder, less is always more. And the star as well of today's look, and something I strongly encourage all of you to buy, is the Dior Backstage Glow Face Palette. Now this is like a makeup artist's secret because it just adds an instant radiance to any look. It just gives you that natural glow. And honestly, if you don't have this palette, I strongly recommend you go and get yourselves one. They come in 2 different shades and they're absolutely amazing and super versatile. You can use them as a blush, bronzer, highlighter, even as an eyeshadow. So that was it. This is the final look of today. I hope you enjoyed the steps and I really hope you enjoyed the tutorial. If you do have any questions, please leave them below and I will see you in my next one. Bye!